Well, hello YouTube. How I did a video? I did one yesterday. I've been pretty busy. Well, it's your boy Tom and Friends Variety. I'm back to give you an update of what's been going on the past couple months. I uploaded the video yesterday, like I said, and before that, it had to have been in March or February when I last made a video. I did live streams of stuff that came in the mail and updates on my collection and stuff. I prefer to do these live streams. It's easier because I don't have to film it and then upload it. It takes forever. So I just do this here, and then it uploads afterwards. Then you can comment on there too. So I just got a comment. I'm gonna read some comments too if I get them. Do you hate Train Boy 54? No idea who that is. I don't follow hoopla like that. So where to begin since I last saw you guys? Where I left off. So I did the video in February, March, yada yada yada. Then after that, I went to school to become a train conductor, a railroad conductor. And as you all know, as most you should or probably know, you know what that is. So I'm making an actual serious effort to become a railroader. It's not a hobby. I want to make it a career, and it took me forever to save up to go to school. That was for 6 weeks. I was in Kansas. I went there from mid-March all the way to the end of April. So I've been home for the past month and a half, and I had real fun there. I had a blast. I learned a lot. I studied a lot. I made friends. I got to experience with working with equipment, which was fun. That was the best part. We had a whole week in the field of working with freight cars and riding a switch locomotive. That's just basically that. And so I've been searching for jobs the past month and a half, and I've had mixed success. I've had some railroads deny me outright, like Canadian Pacific and Union Pacific. I've had some that haven't replied to me yet, like Amtrak and Norfolk Southern. But I do actually have a job interview this Thursday morning for Wisconsin and Southern Railroad. So I gotta prepare for that in the next couple days. Go clothes shopping, print out my resume, do all that hoopla. So that's what I've been doing instead of making videos. I've been at school studying, etc., etc. So let's see here. This is getting. Let's add some visual here. Let's get Erdle Annie and Capsule Clarabelle. Alright, so that's what I've been doing the past couple months. I think I just said that actually. Let's see if I got anything interesting. Here, have a BNSF rubber ducky. The school was more or less kind of funded by BNSF Railway. It was started by them. It was associated with them, but it's not BNSF. And I learned all BNSF, their rules, the General Code of Operating Rules, which most railroads in this part of the country, the western 2/3 of it, like west of Mississippi and Chicago and stuff, use the General Code of Operating Rules, while the ones out east either have their own standard one or use their own rules. I know that. So, like, if I were to go to Norfolk Southern, I would have to learn Norfolk Southern's house rules, but they're mostly the same thing. The main difference is, like, signals. I learned a lot of signals. Maybe I have that paper here. Here's the signals. Oh, these were fun to learn. I haven't looked at these in a while, but these are BNSS signals. I mean, we had some tests on those, memorize them from heart. I'm going to have to memorize them for whatever company I get on. But they're pretty fun to learn. Recite them once you remember them. So there's a little something I learned is way more than this. But that was that. So to move on, that's what I've been doing. To move on into stuff I've recently found at stores. I'll start off shortly after I came back. I saw that they were selling Adventures models at Tuesday Morning, a store called Tuesday Morning, which has liquidated and stuff, resell stuff, cheap discount, big discount stuff. I think these Adventure models probably came from Toys R Us, because as you all know that they're almost completely out of business now. I found it on Twitter that small engines are only $2.99 and tender engines are $4.99. Or other sets like Shark, Escape, Salty, I don't know what it was. So I went to my Tuesday Morning store and I did find some stuff there. I got those with me right now just to show you that. Oh, actually, here's something. I found the original Thomas at Meijer, which is a hypermarket, Home grocery store. They had him for $2.99 as well. They had at least 100 of them in big crates. I figured, this was the first one I bought, and I think this was even before I left. I'm like, all right, that's something interesting. It's cheap. I'll just get it, keep it in the package. Maybe it'll be worth something in a couple of years. So I did. But at Tuesday Morning, I went there. I got 3 of them. They didn't have a big variety like I was hoping. They only had 6 engines total. A lot of Thomases and Percys too, and James. James was like the only tender engine there. But I did find a Shima, Timothy, and Rosie in her original paint, which they came out like this anyway. It's nothing special. It's not rare. So I figured, just like with the Thomas one, like, oh, they're cheap. I'll just keep them around. They're good characters. Timothy's one of my top characters. That's all they had, mostly, besides Thomas and Percy. These more secondary characters, at least, so I bought them. No biggie. And then a couple weeks later, I went back there hoping to find more, but I didn't. So I looked a little harder there, and the other ones they had the ones I mentioned, and Toby and Trevor. So I'm like, all right, I'll just get those too. And then I did get Toby. I decided to get Toby and take him out of the package because I wanted to find Henrietta after this. Sorry. Because I figured, I don't know, something nice to have would be like Toby and Henrietta, just like a little display like right here on my desk with all the stuff. And I wanted an Adventures Henrietta too, because they're the only toy line to actually make her with her face after all these years. It took them 2-3 years for Adventures when they came out after season 18 to make Henrietta, because all the other ones discontinued Henrietta. It's a shame. So maybe they do one in Japan, but when it comes to Mattel and English-speaking countries, you know that the toys are pretty subpar, you gotta admit that. And I know these Adventures ones too aren't the greatest merchandise, but still, I'll just keep them around. Um, okay, so that was that. So I bought Toby a week or two ago, and then last week was my friend's birthday. James the Red Engine fan, 1994, and he invited me to go along to a hobby shop because that's where he gets his Bachmann models from. And they had a whole bunch of good other stuff there, so he invited me along. And I wasn't gonna get Bachmann. I'm not into that. But I figured, yeah, I'll go along with them, see what other kind of goodies they got there. Okay, so that was just last Monday. So the store had a lot of adventures models, take and play, good selection of wooden railway, old and new, not terribly old, more than 10 years old. Oops. And the Bachman, and a bunch of other random stuff like birthday cards, uh, DVDs, books, what have you. Basically, almost every thing you can imagine there, aside from wood. Uh, but I did a little scouring there. Well, the first thing I did was I went to the adventure section, and then boom, I found Henrietta. And so ever since then, I've just had Toby and Henrietta, just like that, little display, just something unique. Like I said, just aesthetically pleasing. So these are the only ones I'd take out of the package, not even do anything with them. So, but Henrietta has a black roof for some reason. I think it's only gray, and then Toby, his buffer beam is gray. So again, not superb quality, but something just to have. So then while shopping there, I went around, found other stuff. I searched in the take and play section because I was saying, like, I don't think they have Ertl here. They would have, or at least they used to. But then after searching in the take and play section, lo and behold, I did find some Ertl. And so the guy had a lot of Sodor recovery unit. Obviously, it's Butch. And so I'm like, boom, I'm picking it up. You know, I've never had any new in-box Ertls. I know a lot of people have them. They have hundreds of them. I've had no luck, and I'm not even much into the toys anymore. You know, it's mostly the books and the videotapes. So this is my first foray into getting the new in-box, collecting it. So interesting about Butch here, I think when he was first introduced in this range, he was known as Sodor Recovery Unit, as you can see. But when later on, like the next year, they renamed him Butch, his real name. So I think these came out in 2000, and then after that, he was called by his real name, Butch. By that time, the range was really discontinued everywhere, aside from the UK. So here's just stuff on the back. It does say 2000. Stuff like that. And he was $10, and the guy had a lot. I found him in a little rack of 4 Butch. I'm like, alright, maybe I'll come back for those. I'm sure I will. Haven't had a chance to. Oh shit. Well, there you go. There you can see the store's name here. But for $10, I'm like, yeah. And then James, the Red Engine fan, searched a little harder, and then he found George for me. So again, boom, sweeping everything up I can that's anything old or valuable, or both, anything unique. So again, it's the nice blue packaging around 2000. Obviously no shiny time station, none of that hoopla, and then it's not the package that the last package style they used. So I'm like, alright, I got 2 George and Butch, so Sodor recovery unit, so I'm not sure if it's particularly rare because it's the first wave of Butch, but whatever. Oops. Oops. That wasn't these. No touchy. Okay, so while else I was there, I was looking at the take and play for anything, and then I found also new in box Take Along Percy from 2007. He was on sale, $5.99. Again, anything old, valuable, whatever, sweeping it up. I believe this is just from 2007, according to one of these here. Yeah, copyright 2007. There. The package is a little worn. It's got a lot of creases, but it's still awesome. Fine, Take Along. That was the only one they had there. That was new, and then the rest of them, most of them were the 2014 and after Take and Play with the horrid round magnet. So that was that with that. That was that. And then what I uploaded yesterday, last night, was the Trouble for Thomas, the audiobook. I've never had these ones before, but there's the CD. And then the book itself came in this nice packaging. This is like my third copy of the book. And it was like $10. I'm like, oh yeah, that's something I can make a video out of, was the CD. So I did. And that was that for that day. And then the next day I decided to bike back to the store, which is like 8 miles away. It's not that far. I've gone 30 miles. But we drove there, and I figured if I go somewhere, maybe I can bike there. And I found a way. Sorry, I got a... Oops, sorry there, just got a phone call. Or for anything that I didn't have enough money for the previous day. And I found the guy had a bunch, like I said, everything's 10 years old or newer. There was like Mud Cover Thomas, which was from the Great Discovery, Easter Thomas, stuff like that. And so then there, I saw this the day before, and I decided, all right, maybe I'll go back and get it. So it's just a 2011 Wooden Railway Dodge, and he was on sale. No splatter or anything, but it's like, all right, I know that they don't make him anymore. It's pretty old. I mean, it's older. Kind of a, what's it called? It's a term I'm looking for. Kind of a forgotten character, maybe. Absent. I don't know what I was thinking. So it's just, I don't know. And he was on sale. They're apart. And then I searched in the book section again, because you've seen my collection of books, just the regular story books, and then I didn't have this one before. It's Thomas and the Rumors for $3.99. It's not bad. That's the listing price anyway. It's the, you know, I get these books for their images, like this one are cool, and that one, so on and so on. So I just got that. So that's what I got the next day, was Dodge and the book. I haven't been back there since. It's only been a week, but I'm sure I'll go back there soon. Just get anything else cool. So I think that's gonna do it for me. So that's what I bought the past couple weeks, what I've been doing for school. I got this Annie flea market, 50 cents, and that's about it. So I've started a little new in box stuff, very minimal, and I'll just be on the lookout for anything. I haven't had a chance to go anywhere else to find them, so I'm just sticking to my videos and books that I get at thrift stores and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just had a comment from someone saying nice finds. So when this live stream wraps up, and then you can see the video again and watch everything, So I will see you guys later. I'm past the 20-minute mark, so have a good one then, and say hi to my toys. Ciao.